to show you something. Um, I'm having today is the day for a banana. I'm gonna have me a banana today. So while I'm cooking, feel free to enjoy the ASMR. Okay, all right. So help in silence, y'all. That's what I got. That's what I got. I got help in silence. I'm gonna explain what that means in a minute. Help in silence. It means don't talk too much. Just send the people to where they need to go. Like send the people the resources. I'm finding that there's a lot of competitive energy right now, and it's toxic and it's exhausting. Okay, because of the Saturn energy, it's making people battle for no reason. Battle just to battle. Compartmentalizing people, cornering people in conversations, crossing crossing emotional and energy boundaries, leeching. There's a lot going on this week. The energy leeching going on. People saying they want help, but then after you help, they try to beat you down. That's what I've been experiencing, like trying to beat me down energetically after using me. You know, trying to drain somebody out. So I pull my energy back from everybody, y'all. Everybody offline. A lot of this stuff, a lot of people I was talking to, even online, I'm not talking to. It's been totally toxic with the competitive energy. People trying to prove their power rather than getting some work done and some rest. Hi, everybody. Yeah, y'all. Let me tell you, when you feel like you're being drained, you activate help in silence, meaning you send people scriptures, you post some resources in your community news, you send some stuff out in your email, but you don't be talking all like that. You don't be really talking in person. You don't really be talking on the phone. Like keep the conversations brief, especially during Saturn time. Because some people are assessing your energy levels. And once they feel like you're energized and they get your energy, they go off and they get things done and you don't. I had someone call me out of the blue, and wanted me to sympathize with their situation, even though they didn't want to keep contact with me when things were going good in their life. But now things are going bad for them. They wanted to call me, and they wanted me to be their unpaid motivational coach. Even though they could have afforded to pay me. Okay, y'all, they could have paid me for the coaching, but they didn't. I coached them anyway, and then they started jabbing, saying little stuff that was smart. And then they had the nerve to tell me, yeah, I got energy now to take care of myself. And I had no energy. And I said, this person used me. They used me. So then somebody else called and did the same thing. I said, okay, so I turned my phone off. I turned my phone off for like 11 hours. That's a long time in today's world to just have your phone off for 11 hours. At least 11 hours. I had my phone off since, like, I think 3 p.m. yesterday or something of that nature. Hi, everybody. It's good to see some people up. I hope y'all enjoying the smell of eggs. So I don't even trust the food out here right now than takeout. I know some of y'all be like, I'm too drained with this Saturn energy pushing me over the edge. I'm gonna go get takeout. But be careful, y'all. Some people are bitter. I got the word bitter multiple times. Some people are bitter, so you don't know what they're gonna do to your food. So I decided to cook my own meal today here. You know, some people like to get takeout on Saturdays. I like to get breakfast takeout on Saturdays, but not today. We're really supposed to be sharing resources and not doing all this talking we doing. Not filling in the silence. Sometimes, y'all, helping socially is escapism. I know it's hard for us to believe that sharing every single thought we have, always having to talk a lot to teach, or always having to talk to share a resource, that could be escapism, a passive way to escape something in your life or in you, a way to not face a fear and to be able to deny it. So I always rinse my pan off after I cook, so that the stuff don't stick. So I decided to use my little toaster oven thing in here. It's a toaster part. I decided to go with a traditional breakfast today, which is still the heart health. It's just traditional. You know, the 1950s breakfast. Maybe you got your OJ. I'm having hot cocoa today instead of coffee because there's too much anxiety and stress on the heart chakra right now, and I wouldn't even have coffee with the way the heart chakra being treated. It's gonna make it worse. If you have coffee while the Saturn energy is pushing so hard, pushing your boundaries. I posted a lot of resources in the community news, y'all. I'm on a post and resource parade so that I can respect my lungs and my heart chakra more right now. You know, to give it a rest. I know some of y'all want to go in harder because it's Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day is also a time for you to practice self-love, you know. Y'all, I was looking at the cleaning. Hold on, y'all. Give it right there. Ozzy been chasing my flowers. I was looking at Pinterest. Pinterest app. All of y'all should have that app. It's a way for you to get resources and not hear anybody's mouth. If you're sick of hearing the world, if you need silence, but you need resources, you need to get the app Pinterest. Okay? Now, yeah, you can post your stuff on Pinterest and don't have to talk to nobody. Especially if you're at risk of, let's say you have a high risk of throat cancer in your family or heart attacks. You probably should not be talking as much as everybody else. You shouldn't be talking directly from your mouth. You probably need to talk more like in books or in scriptures, because you would have to respect your heart chakra in your throat more than everybody else. So I know that my grandmother had throat cancer, and my mother, brother, and other people in my family, and my grandfather, I think, had heart problems, heart disease. So that means I can't skip on my cardio, but I also shouldn't be arguing with people. So helping in silence means as soon as somebody start acting ungrateful, you just cut the conversation short. Like, I did my job, and God will deal with you. If you don't have gratitude for what I did, God will deal with you. Like, no more fighting with people for gratitude for your hard work. Just let the Creator deal with their karma. I had a couple people over the last month use me up, and then act totally ungrateful, having nothing nice to say, okay? And totally just disrespecting the help I did, acting real privileged. And I tried to like talk to them about it, but I responded, which I shouldn't have did. I responded to them, and I was like, "What do you mean? I helped you, this and this and that." And all they did was get more and more disrespectful. So what I should have did was I should have been like, "Well, I did my job. I'm done. I don't got to get into it with you." Hi, everybody. You know, this is how you're gonna protect your health for longevity. First thing, first thing to do is start paying attention to how people died in your family. You know, we always have a photo album. We have a funeral album. You know, with people's obituaries. But we need a death album where we're like looking at how everybody's dying, and then the percentage of what chakra took them down. You know, if it was from health problems, then that's the chakra. Those are the chakras we need to protect, and that means we have to make some lifestyle changes in order to protect those chakras. Okay. And if somebody is attacking a chakra of yours that other people are dying from in your family, then that person is sent by the devil. That person is not a soulmate. Okay? Even if they like the same things you like, if they are attacking any chakras that are fragile according to your genetic family history, that person was probably an enemy of your ancestors. Their ancestors were an enemy of your ancestors, or they did something to your ancestors, and they're continuing on the legacy of their ancestors by attacking you, attacking certain chakras of yours. I try not to look at the world like this is a gender battle. No, this is the chakra battle, y'all. This is not even a race battle. This is a chakra battle. For real, y'all. There's some people can feel the power of your chakras before you even talk. As you walk to them, as you show up, they can sense the power of each one of your chakras. They can look at you and assess your chakras. And then that's how they decide how to attack you. Hi, everybody. So and if you ever pay attention, you'll notice that people in your life be coming around to attack the same chakra at the same time of year. If you ever notice, it'd be the same day of the week, it'd be the same time of the year, and it'd be the same chakra they're attacking. There's like some sort of negative entity force that is like reminding the enemy to attack that chakra at certain times in your life. Hi, everybody. Hansi, don't be trying to get extra. You want some treats? You want to get extra? Yeah, you want treaties? It's coming, okay? Hold on, y'all. I'll be back in a second. I gotta get the cats out so they can get their treats. I'm walking around with a blanket around me, y'all. I don't know if any of y'all do that. Sometimes I walk around with a blanket around me. I'm starting at the like pants. I think pants are bad for your chakras. I think they don't allow airflow. Don't go after my flowers. Nope. You want to come down here to go after my flowers? No, no, don't do that. Okay, talking to my cats. Enjoy the ASMR, y'all, and the lessons that I'm giving. So check the community news. I'm on a posting parade since it's Pisces season, okay? For some of y'all who do Zodiac, it's Pisces season. For other people who don't do Zodiac, it's the season of resources, okay? So share the resources, be a healer, okay? And try not to self-sabotage. If you're dealing with fear right now, try to get your white light therapy in by 10 a.m. Okay, I would say by 9:30 a.m. you need to get your white light therapy. The light may be too bright at 10 a.m. for your eyes. You should be getting brighter in the mind at 10 a.m. You get brighter in the eyes between 7 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Okay. Then some of y'all may break your fast, you know, with some healthy, low sugar food, low fat, low sugar food, and then you get brighter in the mind at 10 a.m. and then you start to do God's work. Hi, everybody. We had 12 people in here. I don't know where they went. They had to eat some of my sandwich, y'all. Huh. So, if you feel like you don't want to be bothered with the world, you can't stand the world, that's okay. You don't have to apologize for that. Sometimes you go into the mountains and you come out just to give a resource and then you run right back to the mountains. You know, like the story of Moses. He went up there, he got scriptures, he gave out the scriptures, and then he went back to the mountains. I think we have to stop hanging out around people when we're not currently doing God's work. Like, we have to stop socializing so much when we're not doing God's work, because people are like taking advantage of that time to block people energetically. So y'all, let me pour me some orange juice. How healthy is your Frigidaire? How healthy is your icebox? I felt like I had to ask somebody that. If you didn't, get away from my flowers. No, you're not eating my flowers. Get down, man. If you didn't rework your icebox, you probably should. I posted a poster in the community news that talks about cleaning your house every day And I was shocked to see that we're not even supposed to be cleaning all the cleaning in one day. We're not supposed to be doing it all in one day. I don't know how people are doing that when they got trauma. That's it. I said get away from my flowers. Hold on, y'all. Out. No, no, out. That's it. Y'all lost y'all kitchen privileges today. Out. My cats, they keep on trying to sneak and snatch my flowers every time I turn my back. But anyway, as I was saying, y'all, I posted a post on in the community news that talks about how to do your cleaning according to how, I guess, the cosmic energy is flowing to us. So I was shocked to see that I was actually a day ahead. I didn't even notice it. So when I checked my cleaning based upon the picture I got off Pinterest, I was doing Saturday yesterday. So I was a day ahead, which is probably why I feel tired. Another reason why I feel tired, even though I'm sleeping, I'm still tired, is because I was getting ahead. But I think somehow our energy is manipulated by people, in our life, and then we try to rush in to play catch up, though we're not even that behind. We just think we are. So I guess my muse got triggered to try to catch up with the work. Yet my muse was still on time though. She thought she wasn't though. Hi everybody. So today I saw on the cleaning poster, it said do laundry, put laundry away. So I'm going to print out the poster. It's almost like you got to have your life guidance right in your face now. Because all the different videos that we have watched, all these different scripts are taking control. So what I'm going to do, my project for the next week is to print out a life guidance for each part of my house. So for each process, like each house in my life. So like cleaning, there needs to be a poster, a daily schedule just hanging up. And then for my writing life, it needs to be something for that as well, according to my personal circadian clock rhythm. So I would have to customize that for myself. I can't just like take any old one offline. I gotta customize it. So I will customize my own. I'm gonna do that too. And then also one for my personal life. So I'll do that one as well. And self-care. I think self-care also has a daily schedule. Like I'm thinking that Fridays maybe finish up any self-care that you were doing all week, like maybe do some yoga or take things slower or slow down or whatever. That could be it. Maybe pick your clothes out for the next week, update your wardrobe or whatever. That could be self-care for Friday, for Saturdays. So I guess you can use the cleaning list, the daily cleaning list, also to figure out what you have to do for self-care. You would just have to switch. You would just have to get the other definition under that specific instruction of that day. Okay. So y'all could figure out what I'm saying on your own, but I'm trying not to repeat myself or go too deep. Sometimes helping is also letting people do the rest of the work. I was helping somebody the other day, caregiving, And when I put the soap and washcloth in her hands to do their, their downstairs, they was like, "Oh, you're not doing my downstairs." I was like, "It's not my job to do every tiny little thing." I was like, "You're gonna do something here." So, um, you know, I said you have to do something. You have to be independent in every part of your life, even if it's for 5 minutes. So, y'all can take what I'm saying and then go deep diving and learning more into it. But it's important to do your own research even after someone gives you their research. We're supposed to help them. We're not supposed to stuff people's stomachs. Okay, feed people, but don't get them like real full. Let people stay hungry so they can go and do their own research. Hi, everybody. I think we stuffing people's stomach. I know I was. I was stuffing people's stomach through this YouTube. And you can't pour from an empty cup. So give something out of your cup, but don't give the whole cup. This means when you teach any lesson, you know, unless your cup is being full and it's being filled up, then you pretty much should be given appetizers. Once upon a time, our ancestors had to go weeks just eating appetizers. I think that America can use more appetizers and less main meal. We're having too much. Having too many courses here. We're having the encore main meal several times a day. In America, I think we're overfed. I know it's the country of abundance, but I think that it's actually working against us. It's not automatically triggering gratitude. Like we all have to try to be in gratitude. And it's like we shouldn't have to try to be in gratitude. If we're living a life of appetizers sometime through our day, then the gratitude should automatically be there. I noticed that even now when you teach somebody, they always want more, you know. Even on this channel sometimes people will be like, "Well, why? What can I do?" And I'm like, "You're emptying my cup. What did you put in the cup?" you know? um, and nowadays if you tell people, "Put something in my cup if you want more," they'll say that you're begging. They'll say that you're dry begging, because we're living in a narcissistic world where people are acting entitled to infinite help. And that's getting scary, that people are like thinking their situation is worse than the helper's situation. There's people that think because someone's helping that they're not going through stuff, so they feel like they should get as much help as they want because their situation is worse. And that, to me, that's like narcissism, to think automatically think your situation is worse, so someone should just empty their cup every time they're teaching you. I'll be saying some little stuff sometimes. We're not doing this today, okay? Not today. I'm talking to my kitty cats. They're determined to get my flowers, y'all. Let me let y'all see my flowers. Here's my flower. Here's the flower. Okay. I see somebody in the house was making I think chicken nuggets, because the chicken nugget pan was sitting there. Somebody was up making chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. All right, y'all. So I helped y'all enough. Healing y'all. Some of y'all gonna need bananas so that y'all can get y'all energy up. Since there's energy leaching, so you might want to get some electrolyte water in your diet today. Some Tai Chi cardio. And if you feel like you're being pushy, you're pushing your energy, or you just can't stop going in over and over again, you need to turn your phone off, get away from distractions, and you need to go create something. You know, I find it weird that as soon as people get a burst of energy now, a lot of people, next thing you know, they think that means dump on these apps. You know, they're doing it on Substack right now. They're just dumping up the Substack. And it's like, but where's the art? Where's the creative energy? I like creativity because it teaches you how to slow down and go with the flow. It grounds you. A lot of people wouldn't even be messy. They wouldn't even be energy bullies if they would just do something creative. You know, everybody in my life who like to push me to the edge, they're not doing nothing creative. They don't even read. They don't read no books. They don't look at no art. They don't even have Kindle. Nothing. I went to my 9 to 5 job, and when I get home, if I'm still full of energy or if I'm upset, then I'll just push somebody over the edge. That's why I'm protecting my energy, y'all, right now. Sorry. I don't even care to be seen. I don't mean no harm, but I don't know what $10 on my live video is not worth me getting attacked over and over again by dogmatic people who are in that low vibe Saturn energy. And a lot of it is masculine energy that is attacking. And I'm not talking necessarily about a man, gender. I'm talking about energy. Okay? Masculine energy and that Saturn energy is crossing boundaries. Okay? Looking to devalue, looking to prove they got power, looking to bring somebody's power down or lock somebody's YouTube up. And I don't feel like that energy, so that's why I'm not getting on video until Saturn is done. When Saturn's done, okay, when Saturn fall back, then maybe I'll make my presence known more. Hi everybody. 12. Last time I looked at the chat, it was 12 people in here, and it's 12 again. Hey y'all, I'm gonna wrap my sandwich up. Having a delay in eating your food is powerful. Y'all know how people will make their food and they'll immediately rush down and sit and eat? Nope. I try to wait. Until I'm fully hydrated before I eat a meal. Because if you're not fully hydrated, you will eat too much food. You will say the food ain't working. I think the hydration helps your body to absorb the nutrients of the food. So when you're not hydrated, the food seems false in your stomach. You know, it's like you ate plastic food. That's what it feel like you did. So then you'll want more food, and you're like not getting nowhere. You're just getting fatter. You're just getting more calories. And we don't want that. So I think that's why it's so easy for people to lose weight when they're in a hospital, because they have that IV in them all day long. So basically no one is dehydrating in the hospital. No patient, not one patient in the hospital is dehydrating. So I guess when they eat their food, some of their stomach is always full with some IV water, snake juice, so that when they do eat, the food feels, nutritious, fulfilling. So I find that drinking 2 cups of hydration drink 20 minutes before you eat helps the food to be absorbed. So I know in the old days when people wanted to hydrate, in the morning. They had lemon water or some sort of lemon honey tea that would hydrate them. And then they had their juice as well. And that would be like the first thing they would drink while they're talking and reading the newspaper or whatever. And then by the time the breakfast was done, it would be like 15, 20 minutes after they was already drinking their drink. And then when they eat their food, the food would work. See? I know Stephen King, he's like he uses pills to substitute food. Now I don't have no problem with that, but that's just deep. Like Stephen King, I think he only gets a drink of his choice, and he just takes his vitamins. He takes his pill on an empty stomach. He never says what the pill is, but I just because he's like a gatekeeper. He likes to gatekeep everything. This is why I stopped buying his books. I don't get into his books no more because I don't like that he gatekeeps um, everything. You know, he had plenty of millions of dollars. He could have been teaching for free. He could have been doing some writing volunteer work to teach people, you know, underrepresented people. He could have been teaching minorities writing as volunteer service. We're supposed to volunteer in everything that we've gotten really good at doing. And I don't like that he never does that. He thinks that he doesn't have to because he's a writer. And so I don't like that he never tells people how to find ideas and all of that. Like he keeps it all to himself. He even won't even share what pill he takes in the morning. I feel like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good somebody is at something. If they don't have integrity and if they're a narcissist, you know, if they don't care about nobody but themselves, you might as well not even get the stuff from them. Because believe me, whatever they're giving you, somebody else is too. Somebody can give it to you too. So people that only care about what they get in, you know, they don't never be generous. They ain't worth your money. They're not worth your purchase. Serious. I know it sounds like I'm talking about a Scrooge, but there's a lot of people in that Scrooge energy. They like, nah, I got mine. I don't care. You know? And artists can be the same way. Hi, everybody. Okay, y'all, I'm going to head on out. I want to sit in peace with my hydration drink. I don't like sipping my drinks and, you know, and being somewhere where it can be toxic. And let's admit it, y'all. A lot of these apps can be toxic. So I don't want that energy coming through while I'm trying to hydrate in peace. So I'll see y'all later. And please check the community news. I'm helping more in silence right now. So check the community news through the weekend for resources that I found and quotes that I want to share. Anything that's synchronicities, it'll all be in the community news. I will also be announcing the release of some of my literary work and books and also how to get to my other channel. Some of y'all want to join my other channel. I will post the link for that as well. I will also be posting the email for my email list. If you are on my email list, you will get stuff. You should have been getting stuff from me almost weekly. Okay? My email list is free for now, but eventually it's going to have a low fee to stay on the list. But right now, my email list is free, and if you want to find out resources that I found, you know, find out what I managed to find online that you could use, join my email list. Some of y'all should have my email list, my Victoria H. Life Coach email. Okay, Victoria H. Life Coach email. Only use that email. Some of y'all are using the PA Business Lady one. Only use the Victoria H. Life Coach. If you want to connect with me in the writing world, you have to use my Victoria Writer email. I will post all my emails in the community news as well as my Cash App and PayPal. If you have sent money through my Cash App for the book, How to Find Your Life Purpose that I have written. You will have to wait until it's visible elsewhere online. Because I got to download that there is a rat in my nest. I don't know who it is. It's coming through YouTube. I had to stop sharing the VIP link. So until it has been on Amazon for a little while, there will be no more VIP link sharing. So if you haven't read the book and you already have the VIP link, you should have got the link 2 weeks ago. Some of y'all bought it. You got 2 weeks left to read the book through my VIP link. So Wendell, what I'm going to do with you is I'm going to keep the donation. If Wendell is in here, I'm going to keep the donation part, but I'm actually going to send the rest of the money back to you, and then you can just buy it on Amazon. Okay? I'm no longer allowing the VIP link to be purchased. It's a shame that I got that as a download about rats, a rat in my nest, and then it came out in the scriptures. So I'm shutting down the VIP link. In 2 weeks, it will not be available. Okay, bye everybody. As I said, everyone will have to get my books on Amazon from here on out. I thought I could trust some subscribers. I thought I could trust people who purchased my VIP link, but I guess I can't. Okay? There's somebody who wants to read my book through my VIP link, and then they want to take my book and publish it. They basically they want to steal it off my private site. And I told y'all that somebody already did that to me. Somebody through this channel stole my book on the craft of writing poetry. Okay, I gave the VIP link to that book to somebody on this channel for a few people. And somehow it was magically stolen. So I guess somebody's trying to do the same thing. Somebody's trying to get my Destiny money by stealing my VIP link to my books. They're downloading my book off Scribe, and then they're getting it off of there, they're ripping it, and then they're selling it. So to make sure that they can't get it, I'm going to put it on Amazon so that I can prove that it's my book if they even bother to sell it. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you for listening. Please check the community news. Bye.